Well, hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. So what am I up to today? Well, today I am answering that age-old question of what's for dinner. Well, let me get right to it. I am going to make an egg dish for dinner. So I don't really have a name for it, so I'm going to let you all name it what you want to. So it's going to have some amazing garden vegetables in it along with a pound of hamburger. So let's get to what we're going to do. We'll be back in just 1 second. Okay, so what we have here is I browned some ground beef. And how I did that was I just threw a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan and then stuck the pound of ground beef that was already thawed in it. And our next item is let me turn this a little bit more. We're going to strain the ground beef. Now, I pulled this off a while ago, so it's not hot. Now, we're probably not going to get a whole lot of fat because this was pretty lean meat. But I'm going to use the juice, so I'm just not going to pour it down the drain. I'm going to use the juice for some other stuff. And in the same pan, after I get this out, I'm going to take about 4 cups of potatoes that I chopped up in pretty small pieces. And I'm going to put them in here. So get them and I'll show you what I'm doing. First things up, I'm going to take a tablespoon of butter. Okay, 2 tablespoons of butter. Let's be honest, I love butter. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some water, enough to cover the potatoes, because I'm going to kind of cook them a little bit. Now, you just want to cook these till they're about soft, because we want them pretty much all the way done before we put them in with the egg mixture. The butter and the flavoring from the hamburger will give them a really, really nice taste. We'll add new dimensions to it. So I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to make sure I bring it to a boil. I'm going to let it cook for it'll take about 7 to 10 minutes, but I guess we'll see. Oh, and one nice thing. These potatoes are from my garden. I finally started digging them up, so we've got some nice ones. We'll be back. Okay, so I drained the potatoes, and what I did is I put about 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And now the potatoes were pretty much cooked, slightly not. They were not mushy. You could still put a fork in them. Now I'm going to dump the rest of these guys in here with the butter. Now you notice I have not added any salt or pepper in with this. Not yet. Now I'm going to leave these on fairly high cooking. We're just going to get these maybe a little bit more done, get a little bit more butter taste on them. I'm only going to cook these for a couple more minutes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. Like I said, they're not cooking very long. Just want to make sure that they're done and give them some nice flavory taste. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the skillet and get these back in the strainer. We've got our skillet back on. I've got the burner back on low. Well, I'm going to put it on 2. This is a big burner, so it doesn't take much heat to get the skillet going. Going to put some more butter in there, a good 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to put, next items is 1 cup of onions and 1 cup of red peppers. Now, this was about a medium-sized onion, and that was a very nice size red pepper. Pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and drop them in there, and we're just going to saute these a little bit. Oh, it smells so good. That is my cat meowing because it's almost their dinner time. So that would be Buster, my big one, my first one. So I'm just going to cook these till these guys are soft. The onions will be kind of translucent. And I will show you that after they're done. But I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this to help heat these guys up and get them cooked. Okay, so the peppers and onions are done. They are done, but they are not mushy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put in the hamburger. And next, excuse my little puppy, he's decided he was going to be a badass today. And we're going to put in our cooked potatoes too. And get those all stirred up. Okay, so I'm going ahead and transferring this to my Dutch oven because I obviously need more room once I drop those potatoes in there. That's okay because I'm going to use that skillet for something else in just a minute. So we'll have some great taste and it's some good seasoning already. Okay. And the next item we're going to put in are our seasonings, our spices. What I have here is about 1 tablespoon of sage. I'm just going to sprinkle that in. And 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of oregano. Not oregano. That is rosemary. Sorry about that. And what we're going to put on top of it is just a smattering of some thyme. So we're going to get this heating and get it all mixed in together. And we will be back. This smells so amazing. So amazing. Some pretty green in there. And we'll be back in a minute with an egg mixture to pour in this and cook it the rest of the way. Okay, well, as I said, I switched to the Dutch oven and I am going to just add a little bit of salt and pepper to this and I'm going to stir it. And I'm going to pour the egg mixture in it. Now what I used was, I used 8 eggs and a splash of water, which was probably about 1/4 cup of water. And I put salt and pepper in it. And there you go. So here's a thought. If you wanted to make this more into a breakfast meal, use sausage or cut up bacon and use bacon crumbs or something like that. And cook all this stuff the night before, and then in the morning, get it hot again, and then pour the egg mixture over it. But this is a dinner for us. This is what we're doing for what's for dinner. I'm just going to kind of move these little spots here and there. Kind of straighten it out, but not go too crazy. And I'm just going to pour this over. And I'm going to let it sit and slowly cook. Now, if you have chickens and you need to get rid of some eggs, this is an awesome meal to do it. Hence why I am using up some of my eggs. Yes, so nice to have chickens with your own eggs. They're amazing little critters. But we're going to leave it sit on low with this big burner. And we're going to get mixing up some gravy to put over this. Now, this is just going to be a brown gravy. There's not going to be any meat in it. But it's going to have the drippings. And we'll get to that over on this side. Okay, we're going to make some brown gravy to go over this. Now, how I make brown gravy is very simple. There's not going to be any meat in it. But there is going to be some good taste because I drained the liquid out of the hamburger. So I've got about 2 tablespoons here of butter melting. And what I'm going to be using is some wonderful flour. Now I'm just going to sprinkle this in. I'm going to say right now this is probably about 1/8 of a cup. And then I'm just going to slowly stir it. And then I'll tell you if I need more. Because this one I don't really have a recipe for. But you almost want to soak up all the grease with your flour in order to get it for your flour to turn brown. I've done this before. Can't remember which one it was. So you'll have to go back through all my what's for dinner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour. You want to take your time when you do this because if you don't, well, you'll end up with some very burnt gravy and it will not taste good. So you just slowly get it going. I actually leave this sit on low. Now, if you wanted to, you could literally just turn this into gravy right here and not worry about making it brown, but I want the brown color because this is more of a white gravy. This is something you do not want to rush. Okay, when this gets close to being done, I will come back and show you the next step. Just remember, keep stirring. Okay, and here is my brown gravy. The flour has browned with the butter and different things like that. So, my first item of this is what I'm going to put in here first is what we strained off of the hamburger. There's a little bit more grease in it. Have that hamburger grease to make it nice and tasty. I'm going to get this down to simmer because I don't want it to burn. And I'm going to add some more water to this. Just going to add a little bit, about 1 cup at a time, until it gets good and thick. Now while this first little bit is thickening up, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper to it. And our egg mixture is coming along amazing. Turn this back up on low and take it off the simmer. And I'm going to add more water to it now that it's getting very thick. And I'm going to let this thicken up. And I'm going to take you over to the egg mixture with all the yummy good stuff in it. Okay, the egg mixture. Set this down over here. It's very hot. What I did was I just pulled this apart from the sides to make sure the egg mixture goes down and cooks all the way, because nobody likes slimy eggs in this house. Nothing is sticking or burning because I have this Dutch oven very well seasoned. Plus there's lots of butter in it. So I just started doing that. I'll put the lid back on and let it finish setting up. Now, if you want to, you can also stick this in the oven at 375 and bake it until the egg sets, and that way you don't actually have to mix it around, but I just have it in the Dutch oven. Now I'm going to go back to the gravy. Okay, so I've added more salt and pepper to it because I'm salt and peppering it to taste, and I'm getting it. We've got this burner up to medium, which it's one of those where it's the boil burner, and it actually has a simmer flame and it has a boil flame. So it's actually got 2 different types of burner on it. So you can see how nicely it's thickening up. And I'm going to get the egg mixture out because it's completely done. And we're going to get ready to do a taste test. Yummy, yummy. My favorite part. Okay, so we're back. We have some of my potato, pepper, hamburger, onion, egg mixture. I don't know what to call it. So, oh, there's Callie over there on the floor. Yep, I have problems. My daughter's trying to get my food. So this is my plate. As you can see how good it looks with the gravy on it. It's going to be very hot. But yes, let's get some hamburger and potatoes. And of course, there's gravy on it. There's onions and peppers. See, it has a little bit of everything. Oh. That's very good. Very, very good. I am going to add a little bit more salt and pepper to it. But remember, I gave you some different ideas. And yes, I'm poking my daughter with a fork because she won't let my food alone. But if you would like, please like, share, and subscribe. And Charlie B signing out. I'll be seeing you soon.